EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm so glad you guys are here today. We have such a fun crew in the house. Actually, I'm really excited because these are two of my favorite ladies. We're missing my third lady who could not make it here with us today, but we're hoping that she's going to feel better, and we'll have her on the show another time. She'll have to do it all by herself, which will make her do it by herself. What do you think about that? Anyway, Lori Davis, I am your realtor for life. I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. They sponsor the show, and the show, I always say people come to Vero Beach to buy real estate, but they're really not just coming here to buy a condo or a home. They're coming here for the lifestyle. And so today's show is about a business here in town that is part of the fabric of Vero Beach. When you hear the story, it's so cool. It's a really, really neat story. And all of the players are still here, and it's lovely. And I'm just so excited to have them on my show. What's happening around town? I always talk a little bit about it, because isn't it what lifestyle is all about? Things are slowing down in Vero Beach. The car carriers are back, and I'm always happy about that. People say there are seasons, in the fall, when the leaves fall off the trees up north, or, the flowers bloom in the spring. Here we get car carriers, and then the northerners go back. So that's part of our season, because we only get two. They come and they go. And then we have this great time of year where the beaches are amazing. They're still gorgeous. I mean, it looks like the Caribbean. The restaurants aren't so packed, so you can get in without a reservation. Our roads are less congested as they are when it's really high season. So for those of us that live here year round, there is a nice time. We love having everybody here. Don't get me wrong. We love it. I love it, because then there's all the stuff that goes on during season. There's shows and there's art festivals and all the things going on. But then when everybody leaves, it kind of goes, it's that off season. So we do love that. I love that time of year. What's happening around town? Cindy, I haven't been over to the Vero Beach Museum of Art, but they've had it on for a while. The French moderns, Monet to Matisse.
I want to see it.
There's 59 paintings from the Brooklyn Museum.
Okay.
And they said it was 1949 through 1950. So that's my sweet spot. Kind of love
So
those.
just 1 year?
Well,
1949 to 1950?
No, I'm sorry. It was I think it was 1840.
18, yeah.
1849. I wrote 19 on there. Oh, well.
It's all right.
Everybody
we're not art majors.
That's right. So. That's right. The Impressionists. Anyway, these are some of my faves. Yeah. And when it gets hot outside, I like to remind people that there's things you can do inside. And if you have people visiting town, it's a great place to go. We love the Vero Beach Museum of Art. It's just a really cool thing. From a fundraiser standpoint, we got Burgers and Brews coming up on June 28th. This is United Against Poverty. These guys, this organization, they're located over by the county offices over there. It's kind of hard to find, kind of off where Old Dixie starts and stops. But it's a food and drink experience, 10th annual. It's excitement. It's got Under the Oaks at Riverside Park. You can't call it Under the Oaks. It's under oak trees, because I think they got
copyrighted.
That one. They copyrighted it somehow. Yeah. Anyway, you know where to go, right? But it's on the 28th, and so it's basically they're going to have burgers and brews and different. Of course, it's going to be local people, all of our local breweries. For the couple counties around. But it's June 28th, but such a great cause. What they're doing over there, all the different, I'm going to have them on the show, actually, in the next couple weeks to talk more about it. But we've had them on before. United Against Poverty is a great opportunity. If you don't know about them, one of the things that I think is really kind of cool, and of course they have all of their things that they do with helping people find jobs and learning skills and doing that. They have a grocery option over there. You can go to the grocery store. So if you're listening to this, or you have a friend who has, living on a fixed income, it's all the groceries you see at all the other stores. It's cold section, veg section. It's really amazing. And you can go in and shop for a lot less than it would take you to go to even our most discounted stores in town. So don't forget, United Against Poverty. Look it up. They're great. Go to the beach. Go drop a line in the water. I love that fishing pier under the Barber Bridge. If I was going to go fishing, I'd want to be in the shade. And of course, the Indian River right there is a great spot. And then if you get hungry, you can go over to Riverside and grab a bite to eat. So that's kind of a neat thing. Chef Scott Verricchio at Citrus Grill House always provides us with a beverage, an adult beverage here on the show. Today, the request was a Pinot Grigio. And we've got this beautiful Italian Pinot Grigio. I love it. And I'm more of a Chardonnay girl, but I've always, when I picked up the bottle, I go, is it the Italian one? They said yes, because that's the one that Lala likes. But no, it really is very good. And of course, at this time of year, it's crisp, it's clean, it's fresh, it's delicious. It goes with so much of what he serves over there. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. They've got, when he's cutting fish, he gets fish in every day. So whatever fish you get, if you got it, you're going to order it. He's just carved it that morning. So don't ever hesitate to do that. Staff is fabulous. We love them over there. Tell them Lori Davis sent you. Thank you, Chef Scott Verricchio, for our delicious Pinot Grigio. Now, it's right on the ocean, 1050 Easter Lily Lane, which is right there next to Hummiston Park. So if you're trying to figure out where it is, it's one of the few places where you actually sit outside and have a bite to eat, dinner or lunch, which is wonderful. So thank you, Chef Scott. Gotta love it. All right. Go tell him Lori Davis sent you. As I always say, probably get you nothing, but you can. It doesn't hurt to try. Okay, our guest today, as I said, part of the fabric of Vero Beach. They have a business that's been here celebrating 74 years in Vero Beach, okay? It is the Petite Shop on the southeast corner of Beachland Drive and Ocean Drive. It is a family-run business. We have DeDe Ashby and we have Lori Higden in the house. Ladies, welcome to the show. Hey, so good to have you here. No, seriously, I mean, we talked about it before, and I don't mean to get so excited, but I do think it's a wonderful thing. DeDe, this is not just any shop on Ocean Drive. There's a story behind it. I'm going to let you tell the story. When your parents came up, you grew up in South Florida?
Yes, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm. As many of us did,
yes,
right? In South Florida.
That's where my parents started.
Mm-hmm.
They found a teeny store right on the Ocean Drive there, next to the Elbow Room, which was handy.
Yeah. No. Yeah, down in Lauderdale it was.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
They started just put in handbags and jewelry, and within 6 months, they were so busy that they had to let 6 people in and 6 people out because the store was so small.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they opened a children's shop 2 doors down from that, which was my mother's favorite store out of all the stores. And but they then opened a store called the Straw Basket, which was about 500 feet down from that store. And that's where they put me. And I was like 10, 11.
No way.
And I had to stand on a stool to wait on people because I couldn't see over the counter. And but I loved it. And they'd run down, make sure I was still alive every now and then.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then they opened another store in Fort Lauderdale at Sunrise.
Right.
And that was the big store.
Okay.
That's the one they really loved. And,
right.
They were there, I don't know how many years they were in that store, but a long time.
Yeah. So how did they find themselves in Vero Beach at the Driftwood Hotel?
Well, they had a whole group that came up every weekend almost to Vero and stayed at the Driftwood.
Okay.
And they had a big old time. And we as children, my brother and I, Rich, of course, had a wonderful time too, because we had the whole Driftwood to ourselves almost.
Right.
And we'd go down in the dining room there at the Driftwood, and it was just great. It was great times.
Yeah.
And my dad would hang out at the bar in there,
Mm-hmm.
and he met Waldo Sexton
Mm-hmm.
and started talking to Waldo and said, after he had known him for a while, he said, we told him he was looking for a spot
Mm-hmm.
to put a store up. And Waldo said, well, I have just the spot for you at the corner of Ocean Drive and Beachland Boulevard. Of course, back then, it was nothing but dirt. And
Was Ocean Drive dirt at that time?
oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and this year would be what?
Well, that probably would have been about 1940,
50?
48.
48.
Yeah, because it took him, I think, 2 years at least to build the shop.
Okay.
And so they sat there and talked, and he said that he would lease us the land
Mm-hmm.
for 99 years. And Daddy said, okay, I'm in. And they had a napkin there and it was, so they signed the deal on a napkin.
On a beverage on a bar napkin.
Bar napkin, yeah.
At Waldo's.
Yeah, I still have that somewhere.
I know. I heard that story. She's like, I have it. I can tell you, I still have it. And it was a 99-year lease.
99 years, yeah.
That's amazing.
And now we're into our 74th year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then at some point, there was a regular lease. So you guys came up and built a place.
Yeah.
Now, you built a 2-story place.
Right. And upstairs was 3 apartments.
Right.
And, but my mom and dad ended up living up there
Mm-hmm.
and taking the whole place after they rented the 3 apartments. For some years, they rented it.
Yeah.
And when my ex-husband, Jim, and I moved to Vero,
Mm-hmm.
we had the 2 children. My Trey, her husband, was a year
Lori's
old.
husband. That's right. We got Trey, we got Lori and Lori and Lori, and your daughter's Lori.
Right.
This has got it all in the house. Yes.
And he was a year, and Lori was 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 2 dogs, and we lived in the little apartment in the front that was about 500 square feet.
I heard. That's a story I heard, that you guys at one point lived above the shop.
Yeah. Scared me to death, though, because Trey was just barely walking, and there was that balcony. So.
And you were that close to the ocean right there, right?
Right.
I mean, it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing. So now, when you guys opened the shop, it was because you grew up in retail, so this was something that was natural to you.
Right.
But that was your parents were in retail.
Right.
So now DeDe's in retail.
Right.
And it's a Petite Shop, but that name came from the teeny shop
being little
in Lauderdale. All right. So just to clarify, everybody, it's not just for petites. It's not just for little people like me and Lori Higden. Now, people might not think I'm petite, but I'm short. Anyway, I'll take it short. All right. Now, Lori, you obviously, being with Trey, have now recently, DeDe, now the girls, the daughters, the Lori show. Right, because you've got your Lori Connolly and Lori Higden are now running the shop. Tell me a little bit about how did that feel when you took that over?
Very nervous.
Yes, of course.
Trey, Laurie, my sister-in-law, originally didn't want anything to do with it, and Trey.
I knew that.
And, she was very adamant. And Trey's very sentimental, and DeDe, of course, he didn't want to break his mom's heart. And he's like, can you just try it? I was like, I'll try it for 1 year. That's it.
Right, exactly.
So I was in there for a year. And of course, my sister-in-law, Lori, couldn't stand it and saw how much fun. It is fun. I like shopping. So, no.
Part of the job is to go shopping, to go buy a lot of clothes and fill your shop with things, right?
Exactly. So she started coming in more and more, and I really enjoyed it, and both of us enjoy it. And we work together now, and she thanks me every day.
I believe that. I believe that. Yeah. Now, for you, Lori, what part of it is do you enjoy the most? Because you guys are running it now. DeDe, you're out, right?
I'm out.
You're like, thank God. I did my time. No, you did a great job. I mean, listen, this legacy is still here, and it's a fabulous shop, and it's super popular. It's a wonderful place, great location. Mm-hmm. What do you like best about working there?
I obviously like to do the buying. I love having my girls in there, and I love them telling, some of the people the story. And we have pictures from the day that DeDe's parents broke ground all the way up to today. And so it's kind of, you walk through and there's different pictures from the start to now.
To where we are.
Of the show and, or of the store. But I love that. And I like staying in the back and doing the book work.
I've been in there. I've been in there. But you know what? I think it is an essence, and it's evolving into you young ladies, and you're bringing it into a more modern era. I don't mean to say it, but it's like, hey, younger ladies, younger things. What you're buying, what you're bringing in there. This is, again, it's a legacy because you've got people that are going to be coming in and your buyers are 20, 30, 40, right? I mean, there's still ladies coming in 70, 80, right? Yes. Because they've been coming in there for years. And you still have things for them, which I think is really great. I think that's what it's, to me, is it's still an honor, and it's still relevant to those people who've been shopping there forever. I want you to know the DeDe shirt is from the Petite Shop. She's wearing a Lori's dress. Petite Shop, mine, Petite Shop. I mean, you can buy anything, and there's something in there for everybody. It doesn't matter really what your age is. And I think we kind of hit 3 good ones here. Between the 3 of us, I think we got that. One of the things that I wanted to ask was, what is it, I think, DeDe, when you think about the shop and what it is going forward, are you thinking, if we just keep doing the same thing, is there anything that you would change over those years? Was there any time where you said, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Or did it always just feel right?
No, not really. Because people thought it was a Petite Shop.
I know.
I ended up opening the Petite Shop upstairs.
Okay.
And I had that store for 30 years. I ran that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess that was before I got here.
Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah. It was, that whole upstairs was a petite clothing.
Okay.
And I ran that for 30 years. And that was, to me, the funnest of all the
times that you had it.
The whole times, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
that's kind of neat.
Yeah, so the girls are doing such a good job.
They're doing a great job.
It's really exciting for me to go in the store now and just sit.
I know, right? Just kind of observe, not have to work, but be able to enjoy the vibe, right?
Yeah. I don't say anything. If I see something wrong, I'm not about to say anything.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, we have to take a commercial break. That's why we pay for the show. So we can take a commercial break for a couple minutes. We'll be back with DeDe, Ashby, and Lori Higdon of the Petite Shop. But it's not just for petites. We'll be back in a little bit. See you in a second.
Party on, America. It's the Main Street Downtown Patriotic Party, presented by GHO Homes. Pop on over to downtown Vero Beach for a free street party with live music by Reckless Shots, plus kids games, beer, food trucks, and prizes. Be ready to dance from 6 to 9. Admissions as free as America. Sponsored by GHO Homes, Mangrove Sands Golf Club and Restaurant, and Formula One of Vero Beach. The Downtown Patriotic Party, a Main Street Vero Beach event, Friday, May 30th at 6 p.m. in downtown Vero Beach.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, and bedroom groups in the latest styles and colors from Four Seasons, Braxton Color, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Hooker, Capri, Tommy Bahama, and lots more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your outdoor living from Lloyd Flanders, Kingsley Bate, Brown Jordan, and Woodard, including a gallery of maintenance-free furniture from Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. Right now, during our Memorial Savings event, we have lots of great half-price specials, including another 10% off on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture in stock or special orders. And all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street that is filled with name brand closeouts, and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
And LucyCranker.com.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to the show. We are here with the Petite Shop, which has been in Vero Beach, celebrating 74 years at the corner of Beachland Boulevard and Ocean Drive, which I just found out at that time when they started was actually a dirt road. I didn't know A1A. Well, I guess I should have assumed that Ocean Drive would be too back in the day. And I just don't, I love hearing more about it. I've been here 25 years. That's a long time. I mean, I consider myself a local. But 74 years is a long time, much longer time. So anyway, we were talking during the break, DeeDee, when your parents called you and asked you if they had the shop and they said, okay, we're going to sell it. And he's like, you grew up in retail and you said, I don't want anything to do with it. And then your husband was asking you a question. We can either go to Vero or what?
The pool hall. It
was the Petite Shop or a pool hall in Tennessee.
Right.
I love this.
Right. And he hadn't ever been in retail, and I grew up with it. And of course, I saw my mom and dad, which they had a great life, but that was like the life I didn't think I wanted to live.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim's dad had this pool hall in Tennessee, and I said, "I'll take the pool hall."
I would have too. Cindy's laughing. We would all take the pool hall over the retail
dresses,
shop.
Yeah.
Right. And anyhow, he said, "We're going to Florida." So I said, "Well, I want to tell you, if we do, I'm not working."
Oh, there you go.
And you can run it. It will be your store. You can run it. 2 weeks went by.
I was going to say, how'd that work out, DeeDee?
And he was calling me every day. We had a little house then. We got a little house almost across the street from the store on Acacia there.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "Can you come help me? Just with one thing." And that one thing and then one thing. I'm like, and pretty soon I was there full time.
Of course. So did Jim work there for a good long time?
Oh, yeah. He was there every day.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what, when you said something funny, he made all the women laugh and have a good time.
Right.
And, he loved it.
Yeah.
He really did.
I think when you see a man in a store like that, if they're good at it, they're very good at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know what to tell the ladies, know what to say, make you feel good. I mean, they'll tell you yes and no, that doesn't look good, or that does look good.
No, he did.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
he dressed up every day, wore a coat and tie. And,
did he?
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't remember many days he wasn't in there.
I love it.
And on Christmas Eve, every year, we had a huge party in there every year. And I think everybody in Vero Beach came and they shopped. And I made all the food, and we had all the food and the champagne. And it was a big celebration every year. Sort of miss that. We need to do that again.
There you go.
I'm always up for a party.
There you go. Lori said, yes, we can do that, DeeDee. So this year, Christmas Eve, trust me, Jim will be shopping there because he never shops before Christmas Eve.
Right.
Anyway, DeeDee, Ashby, thank you so much for being here. Lori Higden, the Petite Shop, you guys are great. It's a wonderful store, guys. You need to go down and visit them. Whether it's a holiday, send your wives, send your friends, send everybody over there. It's a great spot, and they will be there for a long time coming. So because Lori's got two beautiful daughters that are going to be taking over when she's done. Thanks so much for coming, guys. Be safe out there. We'll see you here next week. Thank you again, DeeDee. Thank you, Lori. Go to the Petite Shop. Bye-bye, guys.